Hey, Maria here with another quick video. You get 2 videos in one day. How lucky can you be? Okay, so I just got this message from a person that I suspect to be a perpetrator. I'm not going to make any issues about it. But they did ask me, why don't I go to the police with this information? And also, basically they were asking the difference of gang stalking versus domestic stalking. And I was explaining, initially to start off with domestic stalking, my siblings, were creating problems in a workplace, and this intensified the intrigue that was probably already there, and it snowballed, with people, exchanging information, and businesses got involved, and people on the street got involved, and it evolved into gang stalking. Second one is, why don't I get the police involved? Well, I got a call from a deputy here in town. I'm going to call him Deputy Hillbilly. But I don't want to disclose his real name, but Deputy Hillbilly, that sounds about right. He did call me when I had inquired to one of my employers as to the issue that I was experiencing relating to my employment. Yeah, sometimes I don't advise going to the police. Oftentimes police or deputies or sheriffs are just as ignorant of the laws as everyone else, and especially this town is known for not really following any laws or having any respect for such things. But what you want to do is you want to collect evidence. And, when you hear these off-the-wall comments, you need to collect them. When you get emails or you come corresponding to or from, you're writing out issues, you want to save this information. And then also, you don't want to name names, but you can name names. You can name names, especially you can. There are websites like I believe Glassdoor, and you can write reviews on certain employers and the experiences that you had with them. And I try not to do that. I don't want to resort to that. I don't want to resort to the same level that these people did with me. But I will say that it wouldn't be very difficult for targeted individuals to get together to form class action lawsuits against, for example, employment agencies, because all you have to do is talk about the name of the company, the person that was dealing with the issue in the company, and then also talk to other targeted individuals who probably were treated the same way. An investigation will be launched. That person would either lose their job if enough people complain about that person, and it can also draw attention to the fact that these people don't respect confidentiality, and they also promote and cooperate with political issues relating to social control. So basically all the statements that they make relating to employment laws, they really are not upholding. So yeah, it can create some backlash for companies. If you tell enough people about your issues, targeted individuals should avoid employment agencies 100%. They're easily manipulated. Many of them are ignorant of employment laws, and they will disclose your information. If this happened to me, and it's happening to so many other people, if you're a customer of one of these companies that participated in this, do realize that your private information doesn't mean doodly squat to the companies that participated in this. This is what I'm talking about as integrity. So just because you're gang stalking me for reasons that are just ridiculous, do realize you shouldn't be able to rest well at night knowing that these people don't know what it means to keep information confidential. Who's to say that? How do you know they're not disclosing your Social Security information? How do they know? How do you know they're not disclosing the information relating to the purchases that you make at these companies or whatever? I mean, the thing is that you want to feel comfortable with companies that are operating with a level of integrity. And so for companies that, like what I was dealing with, being accused of being Muslim, so on and so forth, it may not be a black person, but it may be a single woman who inquired, maybe not in this state, but maybe she went to another state and dealt with the same employment agency, and something weird and funny went on with that as well. So if you get enough targeted individuals together to form class action lawsuits, you might have something there. Okay, I don't want to sit here and make issues. I just want to get on with my life, okay? You've already violated my privacy. You've already created issues, social issues among people that I don't even know in my own town. And you already threw me out of my field. What more do you want, okay? So, no, going to the police is a waste of time. But what you can do, you can fight back with class action lawsuits. You can also discuss this information with other people so that you can shut these people out of business. Okay, if they're demonstrating that they're not reputable companies, you have proof of it, and there's a lot of people who just keep your notes. So other targeted individuals out there, if you went to an employment agency and something was going on, keep that information. Keep the name of the person that you talked to, name of the company, and if enough people get together, you can shut that business down. It's not that difficult, okay? If people find out that these companies are not trustworthy, it could create problems, okay? That's not my point. My point is to say, instead of going to the police, okay, because oftentimes policemen are not in on it, erroneously, okay? As a matter of fact, a lot of cable companies are in on it. They'll come in because they're a part of the network group that's a part of the gang stalking. The person will say, hey, this person's going to get cable set up in their house. They'll bring a box in, and it might be bugged. It have this device in it, or somehow they can manipulate it to where they put your house under surveillance. A lot of people get involved. This is community gang stalking. So the last thing I'm ever going to do is rely on a police officer for anything in my life, okay? I learned since I was a young kid that those are not the people that I ever want to count on, and I will never trust them. Okay, so anyway, that answers the question. I did remove that comment because I suspect it was a perpetrator, okay? It wasn't a constructive comment, and I believe in freedom of speech, I really do, but this was more of kind of antagonizing, and it just really wasn't appropriate. And I don't mean any harsh feelings to you who I don't know the person's name, it doesn't matter. But to answer your question, no, the police are a waste. Don't go to the police for anything, okay? You have to be able to fight back in alternative ways. And that's not to give you any satisfaction that I'm giving you any attention, but for targeted individuals who feel helpless, you don't have to feel helpless, because chances are there's a bunch of other people who are experiencing the same thing that you are, and all you have to do is find other targeted individuals and gather together, and you have a voice, and you have a very strong and powerful one. Anybody can be a targeted individual, like I just mentioned. Also, to coding, I'm sorry, my phone has been experiencing problems. Oftentimes I'll get phone calls. I don't get the call till the day after or whatever. So if you've been trying to contact me, I wasn't ignoring you. I will never ignore anybody who's a targeted individual in need of fellowship. I am here and available to all people. And I welcome you if you want to contact me, whether that be through email or phone or Skype. My Skype is kind of funny right now. I think I have to add minutes to it. I'm not sure. But I am definitely open to communicating with other targeted individuals. I know this is a very terrifying situation. And I don't know if people are perps, and I don't know if they're really targeted individuals or not. That I don't know. And I can't know. There's no way I could know. But and just like, sometimes you might encounter a homeless person. Are they just doing that for fun, or are they actually a homeless person? Well, you know what? Whatever the fact is, or whatever the case is, I do my best to help people. Okay? Now, I'm not the most charitable person. I'm in a position where I have to sit here and worry and count every penny I have right now anyway. But I will say that this is an issue that is very dear to my heart, and I have compassion for people who are being treated like they're less than human beings. And there's a lot of people out here who are suffering, not just black people, there's a lot of white people, a lot of Asian people, there's Hispanic, it's all across the board. There's just so many people who are suffering from this injustice, and it really does need to stop. And like I said, there's plenty of white women who are suffering for this too. So if you are a perp or you participated in this, I hope that you give this some thought. Okay, because, your child could be gang stalked. It's not that difficult to do. And, we need to really think about what we do before we do it. So, to answer the question, no, the police are good for nothing as far as I'm concerned. They don't do anything for me, and they never will. Not that I take the law into my own hands. I usually don't put myself in positions where I have to take the law into my own hands, but they're just somebody I just don't count on. So I hope that answers your question. I'm going out for my afternoon walk. Take care. Bye-bye.